Hey guys, it's your girl Level 90 and I'm here with a really quick blog that was inspired by my meditation today and a memory that actually came back to my mind after I started writing and working on my book today. So the memory was a memory that I have from high school when my mother said to me very clearly and very specifically that she would rather me go out there and marry a white man than to bring an African American man into our home, get married to him, and have children with him. And let me give you guys the background on this. My mom and myself immigrated from South Africa to the United States when I was 14 years old. So I grew up in South Africa. I was born there. And my mother has always made this like really big difference between African Americans and Africans. My father did it as well. He used to say that the only thing that we have in common is our skin color. And so that belief system was stuck into my mind. It stuck with me through high school, through college, and fast forward to today, where I am now in my adulthood and working in a career. It sort of came back to me and really sort of hit my heart today that a lot of people have that exact same belief system drilled into them. And this is obviously made clear by all the blogs that you can see on YouTube, all the, specials on TV about, black marriage, is marriage for white people, all the magazines, etc., just talking about what's going on with black people, why can't we get it together, what's wrong with black men and black women. And I realized that it has become like a normal thing to discuss this, what's wrong with black men and what they need to do, and what's wrong with black women and what they need to do has become like a trend. And I realized this also the other day when I was in the barber shop. I went to go get my hair cut. This man came in to the barbershop, and started talking about black women. He started really gossiping and really speaking about what was wrong with black women, about how so many black women walk around with their hair done and their nails done, and yet their kids look a hot, raggedy mess. Or so many black women don't want their sons to go to the barbershop to be exposed to something different. Or how many black women don't look after their homes and look after themselves, but they really don't have anything to offer anybody. And then I also had a couple of conversations, and really it was listening to people talking about black men, how they don't look after their kids, how they don't want to be involved in their kids' lives, how they, go around from woman to woman to woman, just creating babies, how they're stuck in the slave mentality. And it dawned on me that the more that we talk about what's wrong with black men and black women, the more we attract those kinds of people into our lives. I want you to think about that for a second. The more you talk about what's wrong with black women, how many black women need to get it together, and how many black men need to get it together, the more you attract those kinds of black men and black women into your lives. And the more you're surprised when you see a black man or a black woman who actually has it together, who actually loves themselves, and who actually wants to be in a relationship that is healthy, that is based on trust, honesty, and communication, and that is black love. So I thought about it and I was like, okay, so a lot of people really like to talk about what's wrong with the other gender, what the other gender needs to do. We've seen this in the media in the 1990s, the fad of black women talking about how black men really abuse them, and the Waiting to Exhale kind of movies and all that stuff. That was a fad. And then black men retaliating through hip hop and through gangster music, gangster rap, calling, black women hoes and calling them bees and all those things. Then black women then saying, oh, there's no black men. So this is like a fad, right, to talk about this. But when are we going to realize that all of this is really just a script? You complaining about black women is a script. You complaining about black men is a script that is designed for you to continue to attract loveless relationships and to continue to build the belief system that no black men and black women still exist. You see, the reason why we act the way that we act is based on our social conditioning. And that social conditioning, in my opinion, comes through the media. It is being under the hypnosis of the media. I want you to think about the Matrix for a second. Their entire world, people who were actually stuck in that world, who weren't woken up for the Matrix, were stuck in a type of social conditioning. They were acting out of social conditioning. I dare you to go up to someone in the matrix and say, you need to start acting this, that way, and the other. They're not going to understand what the heck you're saying. Why? Because they're stuck in the matrix. They're stuck in the hypnosis of the media. They're stuck in this idea, in this thought pattern, in this lifestyle. And you criticizing a black man or a black woman is not going to get them to change. Is not going to get them to change. So telling black women what they need to do and how horrible they are is not going to get black women to start acting right. Telling black men what they need to do and how horrible they are is not going to get black men to start acting right either. What you need to do is you need to realize that a huge deprogramming session needs to take place. A huge deprogramming session needs to take place. When people were brought out of the matrix, when people were freed from the matrix, they went through a session of deprogramming where no new information was added, just deprogramming, simply deprogramming. So what needs to happen, in my eyes, is that we need to begin to become more accepting of the situation that a lot of black men and black women are in today. They are under the hypnosis of the media, period. We need to become more accepting, and we need to see the God in each other, meaning you need to see the potential in every black woman that you see. Instead of focusing on what's wrong with her, focus on the potential that she has and speak into that greatness, because your words of appreciation, your words of love can spark that deprogramming, can spark that awareness, can spark an increase of consciousness. And every black man that you see, you need to start speaking to the king inside of them. I don't care if they're Ray Ray, Pookie, whatever. Speak to that king inside of them. I'm talking about speaking to the greatness in somebody. Every single individual has a piece of greatness inside of them, and that greatness needs to be spoken into so that it can come out and exude through each other's lives. So the point of this blog was really just to say that we're focusing on the wrong thing right now. We're focusing on the physical. There's nothing you can do but accept an individual as who they are right now in this physical realm. There's nothing you can do but accept someone. If you're not accepting someone else, then you're really not accepting yourself. You're really not accepting yourself. So understand that what needs to happen is a huge session of deprogramming. A huge session of deprogramming. I believe that a week-long meditation across the country where everybody takes off work for a week, plugs out the TV, and meditates together has to happen. That's my opinion. But it's not going, nothing is ever going to change if we continue to just focus on what's wrong. In fact, what's wrong is just going to continue to expand, because what you focus on is going to expand. So my challenge to you for the rest of this week is to, number one, stop complaining about what's wrong with black men and black women. Just stop. Stop complaining, because all you're doing is speaking more of that into existence. Number two, start focusing on the God in people. Find something about a black man and a black woman today that you can compliment them for and appreciate. Everybody has the desire to feel important, and the best thing that you can do is appreciate someone. So even if you see someone walking down the street with her nails and her hair done, and a boy and her child looking a raggedy mess, say, you know what? You know what? You are carrying yourself in a way that is really, really powerful. And I hope that you can do that for your kids someday. You know what I'm saying? Be positive. Be positive. And number three is to just understand that deprogramming needs to take place before reprogramming can exist. If your mind is filled with the hypnosis of the media, you need to take all that ish out before you can reprogram yourself to become a woman or a man that adds value to someone else's life. So that was just the blog that I had for today. I just had to get it out there. I would love your feedback. I would love your comments. And just let me know what you think about this. Thanks. Have an amazing day.